So I've been meaning to film the Little Mermaid review for like 2 days now, and I just went swimming. I live at the lake, so it's something I do often. But I figured, what better time than to film the review right now while I literally have my hair wet and I just went swimming. So, I just wanted to hop on and do a really quick review. Mostly just to say that it was actually really good. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of stuff I would have changed. Most notably being the lighting. Oh my gosh, was the lighting horrible. It was way too dark, and I get that they're doing that to cover up any CGI like mistakes and obvious seams. However, it just looks bad, and my eyes are straining to see it. I don't know how kids are going to be able to see it. It's too long. Kids can't sit through 2 hours and 15 minutes. They can't. I was in a theater with a few kids, and there were points where the parents were literally having to give their kids like iPads so that they wouldn't be screaming and running around. Because it's like, you can't ask a kid to sit still and quiet for that long. It's just not going to occur. It's one thing when it's in your house and you can press pause, or they can run around during it. It doesn't matter. But theatrically, not a good idea. There's not much else I disliked. They cut some songs. I don't think they ever intended to do Daughters of Triton, which that's something I agree with, that cut, for sure. Because of the fact that it kind of has always made Triton seem overly egotistical. Not just like worried about his daughter or whatever, but like they're singing, his daughters are singing songs to him and stuff. It just always seemed like a little off to me. And I think you don't have much time to grow attached to Triton because he's semi a villain for a while. So it's like, we don't need more things going against him, especially so early on in the movie. So I'm good with that cut. I'm also good with the cut of Les Poissons. I know that they originally intended to do it because Lin-Manuel is credited on IMDb as being Chef Louis, and he never came up. They just completely cut that song, which ultimately, as much as I love that song, I'm really glad they did. Because it would have absolutely obliterated the pacing of the movie. So yeah, not good. I'm not a fan of the Disney live action movies. The only one I kind of liked was Maleficent when it first came out. I thought that there were things to like about the Beauty and the Beast live action, but overall it wasn't good. And I was really worried with the amount of animals because I did not like the Lion King at all. And so I was concerned. I kind of had the same concerns here. Any of the animals that didn't talk looked great. Really, really good. I loved how colorful they were. They were almost like glorified set pieces, which is kind of mean to say, but they were beautiful. And then the talking animals, like Sebastian and stuff, I get the hyper realism a lot, actually, because I feel like them being super cartoony would not have matched the rest of the movie. However, I feel like they could have found a nice middle ground where technically they're realistic-ish, but they've got more expressive faces, because I feel like it really hindered how much I liked these characters because of the fact that I couldn't get any sort of personality read off of their faces. And so I ended up not really growing attached to like Sebastian and Flounder and stuff the same way that the animated movie made me like them. New song inclusion by Lin-Manuel and Alan Menken, who have worked together before. So Alan Menken, if you don't know, is who did Little Mermaid. He also did Beauty and the Beast. Like, he did the musical components for those. He doesn't do the lyrics, he just does like the musical component. They've worked together in the past on the musical Bring It On, which I've been in. And so they're a songwriting duo that has worked together before. And I think you can tell, I think they blended well in this. It's a song that I wish wasn't included, but if we were going to, but I also feel like its inclusion was not super distracting until the fast-paced rapping aspect. It felt like it could have been in the original musical. That being said, I feel like with them cutting out the more like cheesy songs like Daughters of Triton and Les Poissons and stuff, it didn't fit the tone as well. I feel like it would have fit the tone of the animated musical more than this. Which is, that says a lot about them being able to make it feel like part of the original song and soundtrack. But kind of sucks because it doesn't match with this one. That being said, I honestly didn't mind it. I thought I was going to mind it a lot more. And it sounded bird-like, and it's being sung by a bird, and so I feel like it works. And it kind of lessens, and I say this in a good way because this is a kid's movie. If this was like a drama, this would not be a good thing. But it lessens the impact of Ariel seeing seeing Eric engaged to Vanessa, because that it hurts, and it hurts so much as a kid. Oh my god, my heart, it hurt, it physically hurt me as a child. And it so lessening that a little bit, I feel like, is ultimately a good thing, because man, that's just heartbreaking as a kid. And this is a kid's movie, it's not a drama, so lessening that impact is totally fine. What else? Halle Bailey, incredible. Oh my god, incredible. Best part of the movie by far. Every scene with her was perfection. Her expressions are incredible. Her voice is incredible. I was most impressed. I know that she's like a great singer, and so that didn't impress me as much as her acting. Her acting was just like stellar. It was so perfect for Ariel. She was so endearing. I loved literally everything about it. Gorgeous, lovely, incredible, show-stopping, never been done before, totally unique. Just so good. I literally, as soon as I left the theater, I put on her version of Part of Your World on the thing. And this is gonna get people so mad at me. It was, her Ariel was better than the original. Like, her version of the songs and stuff, I feel like were more captivating to me. And this is coming from someone who Ariel was their favorite Disney princess growing up. Like, had all the dresses, watched the movie all the time. So good. However, no shade to the original Ariel, who actually makes a cameo in this movie. Like, the actor makes a cameo, not like the animated mermaid. Great. Love it. I think overall, definitely the animated movie is still better. There's just things you can't do live action. Like, visually especially. Like, I keep thinking of Poor Unfortunate Souls and kind of like the room that takes place in, and like the souls themselves and stuff. There's just stuff that like they're able to do in the animated movie you can't do in a live action movie, without it just kind of looking weird. That makes the animated one better. Also, I mean, it's just the original, it's a classic. However, I was not sold on Melissa McCarthy when they announced her, but man, did she kill it. She completely disappeared into the role. Obviously, she wasn't as good, which I didn't expect her to be as good as the original Ursula. Mostly just because the original one, there's these cartoonish mannerisms that you literally can't do as a human being. But she was great. She was killing it. Great singer. Very surprising. Great singer. Loved her acting with the singing. Like, I feel sometimes people just focus too much on sounding good, and they don't realize that you really have to emote in your voice as well as your face. And she was totally doing that, and it was great. Really surprised by her. That was someone that was really surprised at them killing the role. I feel like honestly everyone killed the role. The only people that I would say I was not completely sold at, so sadly, Daveed Diggs, who my car is literally named after. I love Daveed Diggs. I think he's an incredible artist and actor. His movie Blind Spotting is one of my all-time favorite movies. So phenomenal. His group Clipping is incredible. If you haven't heard them, just so spectacular. And I just feel like he is so good. And he has a musical theater background and everything. Like, he can emote in his voice. And I feel like he was so concerned about doing the accent that he lost a lot of his emotional components. Also, I'm looking at the timestamp for this. Oh my god, I meant for this to be a quick review. It is not. It's turning into a full review, but whatever. It just, he could have done more, in my opinion. Eric, great singer, very cute. People are gonna really hate me for this take. I don't feel like he's that good of an actor. Like, he's a good actor, don't get me wrong, but you put him next to Halle Bailey, who's literally, like, killing it. And it becomes really obvious that, like, he is not to the same caliber as her. Like, it's not the same level. That being said, maybe that's a good thing, because Eric, you're supposed to like Eric, but Eric shouldn't be pulling the focus of every scene, because he's not the focus of the scene. The whole thing is not about her choosing him to be on land. It's about her choosing... She wants to live on land whether he's there or not. He's just the catalyst for, oh, I want to do this right now. Because she's always wanted to be human and live on land. I did cry. There were multiple times where I almost cried, so that's a really good sign about the movie being good. But man, when she hugs her dad at the end, I was like crying. It really got me. Any sort of like father-daughter, mother-daughter scene, I'm gone. I'm crying. It's always gonna happen. And I cried. No, I'm not even, that criticism is not even fair. That's my own thing. I guess that's it. Good. It's definitely a thumbs up. It's definitely a recommend. If you hate Disney live action movies, I would say give this one a go. It's not a guarantee you'll like it. Just because, you could be like me and kind of already have a bias towards it, but I did, and it was good. It was really good. I would 100% see it again within the next month. So that's a really good sign, especially considering how long it is. Yeah, it's definitely something that I would, if a friend was like, hey, should I see this? I'd be like, yes, you should. So yeah, thumbs up and stay golden.